Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
Go, go,
Alien.
Danger. Go, go,
Alien.
Danger. Go, go, Ranger
Alien.
Danger. Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger.
Alien.
Welcome once again to Mighty Morphin Alien Ranger Danger. This is the podcast where we've seen things you people wouldn't believe. Attack ships on fire off the shoulder of Orion. We've watched sea-beams glitter in the dark near the Townhauser Gate. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in the rain. It's time to watch some children's television. My name's Matt.
I'm Michael. Hey, guys.
Welcome to the show. We're going to be watching episode 152 of Power Rangers overall. It's the Alien Rangers episode entitled Along Came a Spider. So I am absolutely amped to see this crossover with Japanese Spider-Man. It's going to be great.
I don't want you to get your hopes up, especially because Japanese Spider-Man was 20 years prior to this.
He didn't die though, did he?
I don't think so.
He'll come back.
I don't know. I haven't seen all of Japanese Spider-Man, so maybe he did die.
You know what he has seen though, Michael?
Yeah, what have I seen?
Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. Can we not? It's just not good. It's just, first of all, sorry guys, this is like a cold take now because this is 2 months after the movie came out.
You can reheat it. Just take this take and put it in the microwave.
Okay, but it's never as good, you know. It's like the moisture content isn't quite the same. And
Well, it seems appropriate for this film, as I understand it. I have not seen it myself.
it's just it's not a good film. It's just.
You seem pained by it, to be honest.
Here's the problem, Matt.
Yeah.
It's the laziest version of the movie that they could have made.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we've got 8 characters we need to introduce. What if the first half hour was just Amanda Waller sitting in a restaurant with someone with a binder going like, hey, now how about Deadshot? Here's 30 seconds of that's Deadshot. Like, for everyone. But not for everyone, because then 45 minutes later, we're finally at like, right, it's time for everyone to go, like, get everybody here, we're staging, we're getting ready to go. Oh, and it's Slipknot. And then 10 minutes later, it's like, okay, everybody's on the helicopter, we're ready to go in. Hey, Katana's here.
That's usually a good sentence. I like Katana.
Katana has 2 lines.
Oh, that's a problem.
And one of them is talking to her sword in Japanese.
Right. Okay. Cool. So if you want good Katana, watch Arrow, I guess is the point.
It's not a good movie, Matt. It's not. Okay, I got one other thing to say, and then we probably should move on.
Yep.
There's 3 reasons to send in, like, a team of criminals with superpowers to go do a thing, right?
Yep.
They've got superpowers, and that's better than your army people.
Yep.
They've got plausible deniability.
Yep.
And you don't care if they live or die.
Yes.
Right? So, superpowers.
Yes.
The team consists of Deadshot,
Yep.
who's really good at shooting.
Yep.
Captain Boomerang, who's
really good at boomerangs.
Really good at boomerangs, which are like shooting, but worse, really. I mean, they come back, but you can have lots more bullets than you could have had boomerangs.
I mean, it's cooler for us if it's boomerangs.
Harley Quinn,
Yep.
who is, I guess, okay at shooting, but otherwise doesn't appear to have any particular abilities.
She can do flips.
Okay, but shooting, again.
Yeah.
Slipknot, who's really good at climbing things.
I thought he's really good at knots.
No, apparently not. He has, like, rope guns. He does
What?
not live long in this film.
Okay, that surprises me zero.
No, but you would think that if you were going to, like, have a sacrificial character to demonstrate, hey, we're serious about this, maybe you wouldn't introduce him 10 minutes before he dies with, like, hey, here's Slipknot. Anyway, there's Katana, who's got a sword.
Good at swords.
Yep.
Yep.
There's El Diablo, who has fire powers, who legitimately should be there.
Yep.
There's Killer Croc, who is a big scary dude.
He's a crocodile monster.
But he doesn't have a gun.
Yeah.
There's no, like...
Yeah, it's not a super-powered group.
No.
It's El Diablo and some dudes with guns.
Plausible deniability. They get sent in with a squadron of army dudes.
Right.
So, like, everyone is aware what's going on. Also, you don't care if they live or die. Amanda Waller clearly demonstrates in the entire film she doesn't really give a shit if anyone lives or dies.
Yep.
There's no, like, she doesn't value these people less than she values the army people that are there. So why not just send in a second squadron of dudes with guns? Just send in more dudes with guns.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that I was wrong, but I mentioned a few months ago that I felt like I'd figured out what the film was about.
How dumb is your idea of what the film is about?
Well, that's already offensive.
No. I'm asking because if it's not incredibly stupid, you're completely incorrect.
Okay, so like he was.
Tell me your pitch.
Right. So there's the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
And to me, I was like, okay, why would you have Harley Quinn there? Why, as you said, she's not particularly good at anything necessarily.
No.
Why is the Joker such a big deal in the film? He's not on the Suicide Squad.
Sure.
What gives? And also, I saw a trailer where you see like little bits of what I guess is the big bad of the film, which is some goop that seems to break stuff.
Yeah, there is some breaking stuff goop, yes, and it is related to the big bad of the film.
Yeah. So I noticed in some of the trailers that some of the goop was like technicolored.
Right.
And it's possible that was just them fucking with the footage to make it fit with the trailer's color palette. But I was like, oh, those look like the Joker colors. Maybe it's like an Emperor Joker situation where the Joker gets his hands on a lot more power than he reasonably should have.
Sure.
And has fucked up an entire city. And they're like, okay, this is not going to be something that the regular army can solve. But if we send in a bunch of crazy dudes along with Harley Quinn who might be able to manipulate him in some way because she knows him, that would make sense to me.
What if I told you that the Joker is in about 4 minutes of the film?
That's why I think I'm wrong about this. After I heard that, I was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah. He doesn't share any... Like, there's one scene he is in that technically the Suicide Squad is present for.
Yeah.
But he is in a helicopter and they are on the top of a building.
Right.
So, like, he doesn't interact with them. So the only person in that cast he interacts with is Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
So why he was sending everybody else fucked up shit is just inexplicable to me.
I have heard that he shot a lot more scenes that weren't in the film.
I just cannot figure out where they would be.
Yeah.
Like, look, I will say it's a terrible film.
Yep.
And I don't think that this, like, I don't even know, given what we've heard of studio edit debacles,
Yep.
I don't know that the non-studio version would be good.
Yes.
But much like Fant 4-Stick, I can see the version of the film that the director is trying to make.
Yeah.
And I can see how that's like a fine, I guess, version of that movie.
Yep.
Like, by all accounts, the first half hour that's totally unnecessary is a studio thing.
Right. Okay.
Because what you get is you get a bunch of flashbacks for like, hey, these are the characters you have to care about. And then an hour and a half later, you get like, hey, here's El Diablo's flashbacks because they're actually important to what's going on.
Right, okay.
So if you spaced all of those flashbacks out throughout the whole movie, all of a sudden, like, the pace is less weird, and there's 2 scenes to show that Deadshot is good at shooting guns. Like, before he goes to the thing, there's like the flashback where he's like, I'm going to shoot that guy, I've set up a thing, I'm watching him, you've got 30 seconds, bang, you shoot the guy, he's dead. Yeah. And then there's another time to show he's good at shooting guns, in case you missed that he was good at shooting guns.
Okay, listeners, if you don't, for whatever reason, want to be spoiled for Suicide Squad 2 months after it came out or whatever, skip ahead by 30 seconds-ish. Michael, who's the actual big bad of the film?
Enchantress.
Okay.
Which works, the reason it doesn't work is she has god-level powers.
Yep.
And they've sent in a bunch of dudes who are worse than people who are good at shooting.
Yep.
Like, and the climax kind of works, but also, like, maybe if they'd made the bad guy be someone who was, like, also good at shooting, they'd be like, oh, Captain Boomerang could fight that guy. In the climax, like, 2 people do anything, and everyone else is just like, I'm going to try shooting you. Oh, that didn't work.
You know what is amazing about this to me, this whole thing, is from the sound of things. I haven't seen the film, but from the sounds of things, it does sound like there's at least 3 characters in this film that were done better on Arrow.
I mean, that's very impressive because, you know, Arrow.
Arrow's not so bad.
Look, pros.
Yep.
Will Smith is Will Smith. He's not really like Deadshot, but no, I don't think anyone cares that much about Deadshot to be like, he's not, you know, he's Will Smith, he's great.
I feel like if you were reading comics in the 80s, you care about Deadshot.
Okay, well, I wasn't on account of not being born.
Yep.
Like, you know, Will Smith is great. No one's got a problem with Will Smith. Margot Robbie is great. The film's treatment of Harley Quinn is weird and bizarre and, like, just give her some regular pants. Look, she's incredibly attractive. No one's going to deny that. But, like, the 3rd shot in a row that's shot at Margot Robbie's ass level is like, okay, guys, we get it.
Yeah.
Jared Leto's shit, but they knew that because he's only in 4 minutes of the movie. Viola Davis is right for Amanda Waller, but
In the wrong film.
Yeah. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang. Like, Captain Boomerang's dumb, and he's dumb in this movie, but god damn it, I finally liked Jai Courtney in something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, all he's doing is he's got a big, dumb, bushy beard, and he just drinks beer all the time and throws boomerangs at things. Like, he's the right guy for that part. Cara Delevingne is fine as Enchantress when she's not having to do big spooky CGI shit,
Right.
which is unfortunately a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's not good. It's not good.
Well, that's sad.
It's bad. It's a bad movie. I don't hate it as much as I hated Batman vs Superman, but that's because there's lower stakes and lower expectations.
Yeah, you care about Batman Superman. You don't care about...
Yeah, if they fuck up Deadshot, like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I've seen Batman vs Superman, so I knew this wasn't going to be good.
Yeah.
But it's probably a worse film.
Wow, that's a big call.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
Why is the Joker in it for 4 minutes, if at all? Why bother?
I mean, you know, we've discussed this already. He was meant to be a much bigger part of the film and then wasn't.
But then I guess you probably couldn't cut him out entirely.
Because from the sounds of things, it sounds like they had character backstory stuff interwoven throughout the film, and the studio went, no, fuck that, cut that out. 30 minutes at the start where we clear that away.
Yep.
And I guess the Joker stuff was more flashbacks throughout the film that they just
Well,
took
but
out.
that's the thing. We see we see enough Harley Quinn flashbacks that he's in.
Yep.
That, like, if that was all he was going to be, and I'd get that. He has, like, I don't want to say big scenes, but he has, you know, like, the character arc that I understand. I don't know what else, like, where else he'd have cropped up. You know what I mean? There's not like a space that feels like, oh, I guess the Joker was meant to be here.
It's not like watching Ghostbusters and then you see the end of a dance routine and you're like, oh, that was definitely the dance routine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's not, like, I don't know where you'd take out 15 minutes of the Joker from this movie.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So, our website, www.rangeagepodcast.com.
/fuck Suicide Squad.
That's not it.
Isn't it?
Rangeagepodcast
on our website.
rangeagepodcast@gmail.com, which you can tell us what you thought about Suicide Squad. Maybe you're one of those people that petitioned to have Rotten Tomatoes taken down because you didn't like the critic reviews. We're on Twitter. Send us a Twitter tweet about Suicide Squad at RangerDcast. We're also on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Google+. Plus, we have a shop, rangeagepodcast.com/shop, where you can buy things as well as just maybe a bit of stuff. That's it. Michael,
Yes.
do we have anything else to talk about?
I don't think so.
Shall we march?
Do you think Spider Monster?
Yeah.
It seems like, well, I mean, I know they've fucked us around with titles before.
Yeah.
But if there's not a Spider Monster in an episode called Along Came a Spider, someone made a big mistake, right?
Yeah. I can't imagine. This is one of those ones that's fairly unambiguous.
Yeah.
It's not like spider is really a metaphor for anything necessarily. They're just spiders.
You know, they get caught on the web. This is the first ever episode of television about the internet.
Oh, I hope it treats computers like Animorphs did, where everything was like those clear-cased Macintoshes but with fluorescent lights in them, and there were CDs that were like hot blue on big bits of plastic, and that was a drive.
Yep.
Man, animals.
Computers were good in the 90s on TV
They were,
because
yeah.
no one understood how they worked.
No, magic boxes. Yeah. All right, so we're going to watch Along Came a Spider. You can come along with us, even if you're not a spider, to watch it. It's on Netflix, at least it is here in Australia. I'm pretty sure it is in the States. Make sure you search for Alien Rangers, not Power Rangers, when you're trying to find it. We'll be back in just a moment. We're back. Get hyped for this thrilling television times.
It was fascinating. Like, I guess it's because it's been a while. I forgot that we were doing the Zeo Quest thing.
How could you forget?
I don't know, but
It's
then
our weekly dose of racist characters.
I also kind of expected the past Zeo Quest and the present to be connected in some way. Except instead, they were just like two separate 10-minute things.
Yep.
All right. Will we take it from the top?
Sure thing.
Okay, so Billy's working on a science.
Hang on, are we not going to start with the writing credits of the episode?
They're next on my list.
Okay.
So Billy's working on a science.
Yep.
And he can't make all the bits bip the bits.
Got a science harder, Billy.
So he needs a better science. And he could only get it from like NASA or MIT.
Yep.
Or Angel Grove University.
Ah.
Which is one of the best sciences.
I doubt it. Strongly.
Well, no, he's going to get the thing that he needs. So, yeah. Look, it's basically just like Billy has to have something to do this week. So that's what he's doing. So, Matt, let's talk about the writing credit on this episode.
Yep.
Who was this episode written by?
Knockoff Buzz Aldrin.
Okay, that's not fair.
And the mysteriously named Charlotte.
Okay, so the writing credit for this episode is Buzz Aldrin, who we'll get to in a sec, and someone whose name in the credits is just the all lowercase Charlotte.
Yeah, it's so great.
Normally the credits are written in all uppercase. So this is like really specifically, as soon as you see it, you go, what is that? So it turns out that both of these people are like genuine writers. So lowercase Charlotte, whose name is Charlotte Fullerton, has written episodes of Ben 10, episodes of My Little Pony, an episode of the new Thunderbirds show, New Like Thunderbirds.
I do. Does it say which episode?
It says it's the episode The Hexpert.
I may not have gotten to that one yet.
That's fine. Like episodes of Kim Possible, Zatch Bell, which was an anime, Duel Masters, which I think was an anime that was not like Yu-Gi-Oh!, but it had like card battles, and then they dubbed it to be like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Parody almost.
Oh, weird.
She wrote 2 episodes of Digimon.
Hey, that's cool.
And a couple more episodes of Power Rangers Zeo.
I mean, when you're writing Digimon, that's really just translating Digimon, right?
More or less, certainly. But so, like, she is a genuine writer who was married to famous, now unfortunately deceased comics writer Dwayne McDuffie.
That's a cool dude.
So, like,
Creator of Static Shock and some other characters.
And Buzz Aldrin is the pen name of a writer called Stephen Melching, who has written episodes of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars Rebels,
Wow.
a bunch of episodes on several Transformers series, a bunch of episodes on Star Wars The Clone Wars, which was the CGI one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Batman, Max Steel, which we talk about occasionally, Jackie Chan Adventures, which is a show that I deeply love, Masters of the Universe versus the Snake Men, which I just had to read out loud because I want to know more about that. Men in Black the series, Godzilla the series, Extreme Ghostbusters, the X-Men animated series. Like,
that was a weird time in the 90s when they just took like live action sci-fi movies and made weird, creepy children's television shows out of them.
Yep.
Like they made a TV series about Godzilla.
Yeah.
And there was a Men in Black show.
Yep. Men in Black show was pretty good.
It was so weird, though. Weird time.
He also wrote allegedly 40 episodes of something called RoboCop Alpha Commando.
What?
Which seems to be an animated RoboCop show.
I've never heard of that.
No, neither have I, but it's got an IMDb page, so I guess it existed.
Can I just say, the fact that it's his pen name makes it even more unacceptable that he's just knocked off Buzz Aldrin's name.
Would you want him to be called Buzz Aldrin?
I would just like him to not be called Buzz Aldrin.
He
or Buzz
only
Aldrin.
used that pen name for his work on Power Rangers, by the looks of it. So I guess he even knew that this was slumming it. It seems like that's his first couple of credits. So maybe it was just...
He thought he was going to go on
He
set.
thought he was going to, like, do something different, or he decided pen name, and then... No, okay, I'm just going to be Steve.
Someone stopped him in the street and was like, hey, that's not cool. You can't call yourself Buzz Aldrin.
I don't have any problem with that. I'm going to get into writing and I'm going to be called Neil Armstrong and you can't stop me.
It'd be like me calling myself like Matt Draymond or something.
You can call yourself whatever you want. That's the whole point of a pen name. Nicolas Cage named himself after Luke Cage.
Yeah,
you can
that's
just
true.
pick names. What would your pen name be?
I've thought about this.
Sure.
And I love the
Is
idea.
that because you like writing, but also like writing things that people might be ashamed of?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I like the idea of changing my name based on the genre.
Right, okay.
So, like,
yeah.
action movie writing would be Matt Boom.
Yep.
And, like, horror would be, like, Matt Doom.
Oh, okay. So
And-
always being like consistently within the theme.
Yeah, and, like, racing, like, fiction would be Matt Zoom.
Is there a lot of racing fiction?
Well, I could write that Formula One movie that had Rush. That's
Rush.
It's
yep.
really good.
Okay.
And then if I was, like, writing a guide to botanicals, I'd be Matt Bloom.
Listeners, please write in if you have any other suggestions. I'd love to get a long email from someone that's just like, here's all the words that rhyme with boom, so let's go.
Just saying, I'm pretty well set up in that department.
Okay, I think I've got to be honest, Neil Armstrong is really growing on me.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Neil Armstrong.
All right, so let's get back to Power Rangers. So Adam is in the past. He's on his Zeo quest.
Whoa!
He's in Korea.
Yeah, that's true.
It might be like right now. Everyone's wearing robes, so it would be like a bit weird, but there's no reason it couldn't be any particular time ever.
No one at all reacts to his clothes.
No.
Which are clearly like mid-90s children clothes.
Yeah. He probably did some shopping at some Oshkosh Bagosh,
Yeah.
some pumpkin patch.
Not that young.
Oh, okay. I don't really, if I can be honest, I don't know what age demographics those shops service. I know that I could not purchase clothes for me there.
Yeah. If you went into Pumpkin Patch and asked for clothes for you, they would think that you were into a very specific type of self-entertainment.
That's a very diplomatic way of putting that. Do you mean dressing up like a baby?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so he luckily also bumps into someone who speaks English.
Yeah.
And I think the structure is exactly the same as last week's, where he starts being like, oh, I guess I speak some of this language. And then they're like, no, kid, you're fine.
I
Stop
speak
it.
perfect English.
Just, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm from California.
Yeah.
So he's looking for a wise man, he thinks.
We don't know why at this point.
No, he's looking for a bit of rock.
Yeah. I guess someone told him that there's a wise man near a rock or a rock near a wise man.
Anyway, so the old lady is like... Old lady's probably not fair. She's an adult lady. She says, oh yeah, I've heard like a story about a wise man who lives inside a waterfall, but that's just a legend. So, you know, you fucked, kid, sorry.
I don't even think that's a Korean legend. I think it's a Japanese legend.
I mean, it might... I think it's just a made-up legend, right?
Well, no, like, sources of power and mystical people living in waterfalls is a thing.
Sure.
That's why in, like, Legends of Zelda, the first one, there's, like, 4 different secret things inside waterfalls.
Yeah, it's because waterfalls are cool.
Yeah. It's a true fact.
It's true science. So Adam's like, all right, well, I guess I'll keep looking. And as he walks away, a man jumps out of the bushes behind him. Do you want to talk about this man yet, or will we save it?
Could we just not do it at all?
No, we can't. Let's get to it in a sec.
Okay.
Back in the present, which is the past,
Yep.
I think it's Titus, the yellow alien ranger. He needs to...
And roommate of Kimmy Schmidt.
No,
Oh.
different person. Okay. He needs to rehydrate. And so it's him and the Blue Ranger on Earth. Everyone else went back to Aquitar to rehydrate, which I'm sure they did like 6 seconds ago, but I guess they have to do it a lot.
Getting super tired of this, especially since the rules are completely inconsistent.
It seems very easy to get back and forth. Realistically, I don't know why they don't just stay on Aquitar.
You just come when needed.
And just like Zordon could be like, hey, right now you would be handy.
Yep.
Anyway.
And as we'll learn, they don't actually need to go back to Aquitar. They could probably just hop in the shower.
Well, oh boy. All right. So the other Rangers have gone back to do that, but Blue and Yellow have stuck around to help Billy.
Yep.
But they decide they need to go find some water. Meanwhile, under the command center, Rito and Goldar are still fucking around down there.
Still lost.
So
Episode 3 of Rito and Goldar wandering around tunnels.
So Goldar decides, you know what we need? We fucked up the map,
Yep.
but we need to draw like a map of where we've been.
Uh-huh.
So he draws like 2 horizontal lines to get started. And Rito's like, no, we came in the other direction. And he draws 2 vertical lines. And then they start marking spots with X's and circles.
And when I figured out where this was going, I got so excited.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, they end up playing tic-tac-toe accidentally. And then Rito realizes it about halfway through and then wins tic-tac-toe and is very excited.
Here's what I don't understand. I'm not sure what the outcome of this, like, fucking around is. If they succeed, the fact that we're going to have spent 5 episodes with them just shitting around in the cave, eating popcorn from the floor,
And playing tic-tac-toe.
is just like, it's going to completely undercut any success that they actually have. If they fail, that makes this even worse because it means we've been watching it for nothing.
Yep.
I cannot figure out what the end game is, but I'm tentatively excited to find
This
out.
is weirdly enough my favourite part of the show at the moment. I wish the whole thing was just Rito and Goldar lost in tunnels.
All right, so the old guy is following Adam by terribly hiding behind trees.
Yep.
And Adam's like, no, come on, I'm not. I can see you. You're not good at this.
I may be a child, but I'm not a blind child. Come out.
So come out. Who are you? And the old man says, who? Okay, when the old man speaks, when we describe it, imagine Yoda.
Yep.
But, like, dial the racism up a little.
A little?
Just a little.
No.
Just a touch?
Nah.
Smidgen?
Crank it.
Crank it?
Crank it right up.
Pedal to the racism floor?
Yeah, it's not just his voice. It's his, like, grasshopper movements. It's not good.
He's definitely got, like, if you said draw a wise Asian person, he's got that beard, he's bald, he's wearing grey robes. And he does talk like Yoda, right? There's a lot of Yoda there.
Oh man, this whole thing is someone saw Star Wars and is like, we could do that kind of.
So the old man somehow knows that Adam has the spirit of the frog. And Adam's like, I do not have time for this. I'm on a quest. And the old guy's like, oh, there hasn't been a good quest around here in ages. My middle name is Quest. I'll quest it up.
I hope he's like a godfather or something to Johnny Quest, because that's the only way I can justify that.
Oh, this is just Adam, buddy. The guy knew you were a Power Ranger. Like,
Yeah, he could see your like fucking spirit aura.
like maybe he's worth not dismissing out of hand.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, back in the present again. Billy is talking to a science lady. What she says is, it's so refreshing to see a young person taking such an interest in science. But this isn't like a kid saying, wow, gee, mister, I sure do like rockets. This is like Billy being like, yeah, I need like a particle accelerator.
Yeah.
Have you got...
I need to borrow some stuff that
Have
is
you got some-
definitely millions of dollars.
Have
worth
you
of
got
equipment.
isotopes of uranium and like $6 million worth of equipment? Because I really need to do some stuff with some crystals. She's like, yes. You know what? NASA gave us their old phase modulator. So you seem to like science and I can see no reason this could go wrong for me. So just take it. Just grab it and take it with you.
I like the idea that she's like, oh, I don't know if he could be trusted with that. And then he just pulls out the rad bug. And he's like, hey, I want to show you something.
By the way, the science they're doing seems to be shooting a model rocket straight up.
Yep.
I don't know what exactly they're testing.
No, but we don't know what's in the rocket, so...
That's true. Maybe it's a
Fairy dust.
A goblin. Can I be perfectly honest? The word I was looking for there was gerbil,
Oh!
but the word I landed on was goblin.
Goblin's better.
Yeah.
You came out of that one better than you went in.
He's like, space.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm
So
good at
bad.
impressions. That's my goblin impression. Oh, God, it's bad for my throat. Okay, so, Matt, where did the Alien Rangers find some water that they can use to rehydrate?
They went to the car wash. The drive-through car wash.
I loved this. This is so dumb, and I loved it so much.
I'm so angry about this water situation.
Yes, the inconsistencies of they couldn't use the lake because it was too not clean, but the car wash with its soap suds is okay.
Yeah. It's so dumb. And if the car wash works, a shower would work. Go take a fucking shower and stop whinging.
Maybe the Power Rangers have never expressed to them, we have taps. Maybe that's the problem. They don't understand that plumbing exists.
I guess there's none in the command center.
No, and they don't have it on Aquitar because it's just like a water planet.
Yeah.
So then no one's thought to say, we've all got rooms that just produce water all the time.
Yeah, you just spin a knob and water comes out. Dear dear.
Okay, so Rita and Zed make a monster.
Yep.
They make Arachnofiend,
Yes.
who is, I guess, a spider monster.
And he is a fiend, so I find that name misleading. He should be Aracafiend.
Bad Matt. And also some Tengas for the Alien Rangers.
Yep.
So I thought, great, fight in a car wash.
That sounds interesting and dynamic.
If Jackie Chan's doing a fight in a car wash,
You're gonna have a good
that's
time.
some shit. He's going to grab some stuff, he's going to use some stuff. It's basically the Tengas versus a car wash, while the Alien Rangers don't even notice that is going on.
Spoiler warning, the car wash wins. It turns out that when the Rangers were having trouble with the Tigers before, they didn't need the metallic armor, they just needed the car wash, and everything would have been fine.
One of the Tengas ends up stripped.
Oh, that's messed up.
It's messed up,
It
right?
is thoroughly plucked, and then you see its featherless torso.
It's wearing a Zardoz costume underneath. Ugh,
messed up.
it's messed up. It's really messed up. Alien Rangers don't even notice.
No, too busy getting recharged by the gross sprinklers in the car wash.
All right. So Adam's found an old guy. This
Yeah.
could be the old guy.
I love the idea that he just walks up to random old guys and are you the mystical man I'm looking for because of your age?
No, this one isn't.
Nah,
it's not
just
the
a
old
guy.
It's not the old guy. And again, the old guy who's following him is like, but Adam's like, no,
Still not seeing it.
gotta keep going. So Billy comes back with the phase modulator.
Yep.
And he is attacked by Arachnofiend.
Oh no!
Looks a lot like silly string being sprayed at his face.
It looks a lot. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird how much it just looks like silly string.
But look, it's fine, I guess, right?
We don't have any choice.
Okay, I guess that's one way of looking at it. So the Alien Rangers come back.
Yep.
And they're like, everything's covered in webs.
That's weird.
That's weird. They get called to the command center, and it's lucky they do. The other Alien Rangers are back.
Hey! Good
So I
thing
guess-
Aquitar's 2 seconds away.
I guess everyone's filled up on their hydration now.
Yep.
So Arachnofiend captured Billy and took the phase modulator. Didn't destroy it, which seems like the most efficient solution.
No, I just webbed it up. Just added some padding to it to make it safe.
So they've got to go save Billy.
Yep.
Luckily, Zordon knows exactly where Billy is, so I'm not really sure what the point of any of this is at all. But, okay.
It's a cave. Surprise, it's a cave.
So they go to his lair.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like the same cave we've seen for the past 152 episodes, but this time covered in cobwebs.
Cobwebs. Loose term.
This time covered in Halloween decorations.
Yep.
So they go to save Billy, they find him, but it's a trap, and Arachnofiend just fucks him up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's weird because there's like Arachnophene doesn't do a lot of fighting. There's
No.
lots of shots of just its face shooting web.
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it? It's like they didn't have very much Japanese footage to work with.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know why.
I'm not sure what is going on here.
Because
but-
what we do see is Japanese footage by and large.
Yeah, and it's a fine little fight. Like,
Yeah.
it's people get webbed up, people break out of webs. It's all you'd want to see from a spider fight, really.
The yellow alien ranger gets to do this cool move where he, like, creates a triangle out of lasers with his sword and then does a triangle slash.
Yep, alright, boom, straight job.
Straight what?
Straight job. Straight job. It's a new term. It means, like, it's like job done, but it's just straight job.
Straight job.
Straight up job. He does the job straight. It's a straight job. It's just straight to the job.
I'm so glad you're committing to this.
Straight. Here's the job. Here's me. I'm just going straight job.
Straight at
Straight.
it.
No,
straight
no
through it.
bendy job. Just straight job.
No, I don't mind bendy job. I look on your face.
Oh, I'm regretting everything now. All right.
I was long before this point.
Back in the past.
Yay!
Adam, I mean, figures it out is a strong term. Basically,
Gets told.
What happens is he's like, I was looking for an old man, and I found you.
I was looking for an old man and a waterfall, and now you've stopped me in front of a waterfall.
And the old man like has to use a ninja power before Adam is like,
Oh!
I get it now. You're the old man. That's the waterfall. You're Yoda. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I've seen Star Wars. Do you-
Except that Adam doesn't learn a lesson here.
No.
There's no lesson in humility. There's no point to this.
No.
There's no reason for this old man just stringing out. This
I mean,
one.
he had to get Adam to the waterfall, so he figured he'd have some fun while he was on the way.
Yeah, I guess. It's bizarre.
Yeah, Adam learns, I guess, if old men are following you, that's okay, and ask them to go behind a waterfall with you. It's
a good idea.
It's a terrible lesson. Okay, so he gets his Zeo crystal and teleports back to the future.
Gets himself a little green rectangle out of it.
Yep. By the way, Arachnophene grew giant. They summoned the Battle Borgs. Then they basically just went straight to the Shogun Megazord. They got the Fire Sword out. Straight job.
What this time it was a straight job. You're right.
Yeah.
No bendy jobs to be seen.
It's been a real bummer that we've finally gotten regular fight footage and it hasn't been very good.
No. I'm really holding out hope for Zeo at this point. Otherwise, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that at the very least they get to like reset and just be like, okay, we finally, it's like it was back in season 1 again.
Yeah, because at this point I imagine that they're probably just using whatever leftover bits they had from season 3. Like, they probably burned through a whole lot of footage, weren't planning ahead, and like, okay, I've got some bits and bobs we can use Alien Rangers, let's try and figure that out.
Yeah.
So maybe from Zeo, there'll be a plan, there'll be some thinking.
I mean, let's not ask too much.
Yep, okay.
Okay. So Adam teleports back to the command center. It's Rocky as well.
Hey, Child Rocky, haven't we missed that mullet? And the strange squishy creature attached to it. In my mind, it's like a parasect situation where the mullet is just controlling the human form.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I know, mullets are terrible.
So they say to Billy, how's that machine going, Billy? Billy's like, well, it had a bug problem.
Wink, wink.
And the kids, I guess, would be like, I don't understand. We haven't been here. I was in the past in Korea. Like, if this is a joke, you're going to have to fill me in on some stuff. Where are those alien rangers anyway?
At the car wash. Yeah, car wash, man. Bum, working at the car wash.
Normally, I think we'd have to pay for using a song, but that's so unintelligible they might not know.
I think we're good. I think
we'll be fine. Disappointingly, we don't get a shot of them all at the car wash.
No.
That seems like the obvious
I
payoff.
just want to see them working at a car wash. That'd be a great ending frame.
It like in like slow motion in bikinis, like
like over their costumes. Yeah, perfect.
No, we end this episode instead. Goldar and Rito have found the command center, which is weird because there's like 3 episodes to the end of the season. It'd be weird for them to have.
Super weird that they could just place the bomb and be done.
They've just found the entrance to the cave.
Yep.
Literally, they're back where they started.
Yep.
And that's the end of the episode.
Yay!
Yay!
Good times for everybody.
Good times for all.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, that's probably fair.
I don't know what, like, this episode wasn't even that bad. I'm just so done with this holiday at this stage. Like, I'm so shitty at the Alien Rangers for being so terrible.
I kind of wish... I understand that they couldn't not have giant robots fight giant monsters.
Yep.
But I do kind of wish that we could just have, like, 5 really good Zeo Quest episodes.
Yes. Yeah, like, why do we need to have that formula all the time?
Because can you imagine an episode when no one says it's morphin time?
We've had that before, though.
Yeah, but, like, not for 5 in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I mean, it's...
Morphin
time.
time.
Emphasis is so weird. Matt, how are we going to rate this episode? It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not, I mean, it's kind of racist. But it's not bad. It's, look, to be fair, it's probably an Aisha. No, not an Aisha.
No, we've got a new scale.
Neutral alien. It's
Yeah.
probably a neutral alien. But lower end of the neutral alien scale. Probably saved by tic-tac-toe.
Yeah.
Which is not a phrase I thought I'd ever say.
Well, you know, you never know what's going to happen. Matt, how about Arachno Fiend?
Yeah.
Like...
Not much of anything. It's exactly what you would think in your mind.
But not... It's just... It doesn't get to do anything...
And the thing is, when it grows large, it has this interesting looking wheel thing on its back and a do not enter sign on its torso.
Yep.
That has nothing to do with anything. And it's just a tease of like, oh, something interesting probably happened on the Sentai that we don't get to find out about ever.
Yeah.
So we'll leave the interesting stuff to the Super Sentai brothers.
Alright, so lower end of the scale?
Yeah.
We've
got another spider, right? We should probably compare him first.
Who's the other spider?
Spidertron?
You might have been making that up, but no, I've got Spidertron here.
Yep.
Is this worse than Spidertron?
I think so, because at least Spidertron was more spidery.
Sure. Worse than Fighting Flea?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it was just a nothing, right?
Yeah.
Let's go further down the list. Worse than Cat? Like Cat's monster form?
Yes, if only because it wasn't weirdly sexual.
Sure. Worse than...
God, that was so weird.
Not worse than Mr. Tickle Sneezer, right?
No.
Worse than Marvo the Meanie?
Very comparable, I'd say. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, okay. Well, immediately below Marvo the Meanie, we've got Sinister Simeon, who was their pet monkey who got turned into a monster.
Oh, yeah, not that bad. Probably between those two, I
Right
guess.
in between,
Yeah.
at 109.
Not a strong showing for the Alien Ranger monsters.
I feel like Arachno Fiend would have been fine if it had gotten to do, like, one thing.
Yeah, I feel like if it wasn't a Zeo Quest monster where it got half of its scenes taken away by young Adam fucking
Yeah.
around in ancient Korea.
It's the Suicide Squad Joker of Power Rangers.
Tying it all back together.
That's
Look at
right.
that. Podcast professional.
Okay, so we'll be back next week with Sowing the Seas of Evil, which is,
Barely a pun.
I mean, very loosely a pun.
Yeah.
Whose Zeo Quest episode do you think it'll be?
God, I'm hanging out for cats. I'm 100% expecting, like, going walkabout at Ezrock.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'd be shocked,
That was-
other than the fact that sounds like it might be expensive. I guess you just go to the same desert that they shoot in and say...
Oh, definitely. And I think, like, Ezrock or Uluru would just be, like, a foot tall. It'd just be a rock.
Well, it would also be about 12 minutes from the Harbour Bridge, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we will find out next week whose Zeo Quest it is, and we'll be back then.
See you guys.